reach the next level. Then you look at the roster he was on and you go, okay, you give the guy a pass. This version of Evo, really over the past year and a half, has been phenomenal to watch. That rise up to this point into what could be very much a major contending team and a force in Boston. There's a lot to do between now and then, but they're on the right path right now. Up 1-0 here against Shopify Rebellion at a critical point in this first split.
You know, in Sex, I think the big storyline for me is the wave of new talent finally crashing over the shores of North America. You saw it up in the distance before, but rarely was it getting all the way to the beachfront. But now you're starting to see players like Evo, Met, Bora, Life, Talk start to get to these top sixes, top fours. And I think the depth for North America, you know, it's coming at a much needed time, and the region as a whole seems to be surging.
It was the case for a good long while, particularly in North America, that teams weren't willing to take chances on guys. You know, go with the known quantities as like, well, this guy's been good, so, you know, we're going to go with that. And, you know, all the other guys, they can make a name for themselves on other teams. This Dignitas roster is kind of the epitome of getting a shot, but LJ's got a shot here on the giveaway by Bora, and it's 1-0 Rebellion.
Yeah, great shot from LJ. And, you know, Bora wanting for that to probably bounce upwards, ends up having that bounce right out in the middle. His last man, you're giving that goal away. But, yeah, you talk about the unknown quality for Dignitas. It's the opposite for Shopify Rebellion. This was a team that was picked up because they, you know, Shopify Rebellion knew that this team was going to get results. This team is going to make lands, no questions asked.
I think if you build a team in North America as close to a super team as possible, but I'm not allowed to touch any of the NRG players, this is pretty close to the roster I would have built, right? You take first killer, you have another, and the rising star. Are you kidding me, Evo?
Evo does it again! He's on the backboard, has to jump off the backboard and read the bounce. He's going over, that is a fadeaway. Evo hit a literal fadeaway.
There's just no way. And you talk about rising talent in North America. Evo is the face of that right now. Topher against Evo. One of the more exciting talents to watch in this region. First killer able to scoop that with the flip reset. Denied by 5-up. He's still putting in the work on the defensive end. Got tangled up with Evo a bit, but Dignitas comes away unscathed. Evo the full tank and nobody out to meet him. It's like they want to get scored on, but LJ shuts the door.
But they double commit. I mean, you can see the fear in the windshields of Shopify Rebellion. Evo having that ball on the sidewall with all that boost. He made everyone make an attempt on that ball. He is so dynamic out there. But will it be enough? Shopify Rebellion are on the attack right now, and a good clear out for Bora.
Evo with nothing in the tank. 5-up got spun out by LJ from behind, but he can turn on this. He grabbed the midfield boost, and his shot requires first killer's attention. Halfway mark here. Shots were consistent across the board on both sides in the sense that Dignitas came up with 9 shots. Everybody shot 3 times. Only 1 shot apiece for Shopify Rebellion in game 1. Now the shot totals as a team are at least somewhat equal. 5 opportunities for Dignitas, gearing up for a 6. With 5-up, taken to the sky, drop it down in front, too strong for Bora. He can at least stay with it, looking to drop it down to Evo, but it gets popped away.
Yeah, I mean, not the most inspiring defense there from Shopify Rebellion. We have seen a couple double commits as well. Now this is going to be another bit of an awkward situation for first killer. Doesn't make the most of it. End up having to panic clear that out. So a chance now for Dignitas. Bora hoping 5-up can get this.
Skimmed across there by LJ. Again, this weekend, outside of the Friday performances, yet to see Bora on the board. But he's made his presence felt elsewhere. Denying boost as he does there at midfield. LJ driving in, and 5-up will take this Off the feed from Evo off the wall. 5-up has Bora to his right. Does not up for the pass.
Oh, miss it.
Now Bora will have a look, and his first goal denied here as LJ with the save. Kofer now, flip reset, can't get by 5-up. First killer too high. Follow-up from LJ, not forthcoming as Bora clears.
Well, you saw the rotation out from Kofer. He actually drove in the path that LJ needed to take to get a shot off on that ball. So we're seeing a little bit disorganization, both on the defensive and offensive side for Shopify Rebellion, but they are still in this one, and all it takes is that one moment.
40 seconds, Kofer denied by 5-up. Plenty of saves to go around on either side. 6 for Dignitas now, 5 on the side of Shopify Rebellion. They'll need another, and they get one from First Killer. That only goes as far as Evo, so First Killer's got to jump in again. That midfield boost won't spawn for anybody. So Evo will have to turn around here, no problem. With now 17 seconds separating us from sudden death. Kofer just dishes that out to the corner. Another boost steal from this Dignitas roster. Bora's ahead, waiting for First Killer. Last opportunity will belong to Shopify Rebellion with 3 on the clock, and 5-up says no. First Killer for Kofer for the win. No, we go to OT.
Oh, that was a close call. You love that last second effort from Shopify Rebellion, but we've got OT stacks.
1 goal for either a 2-game lead in this series, or buckle up, we're in for a long one. Kofer, second touch, he'll have it for himself. Trying to dance around the defense all on his own. Evo shuts him down. First Killer will be way ahead of the play now as Rebellion tries to get downfield, and Kofer just has to make sure that never gets anywhere near the net. That's a great job getting it back out to the corner.
And I like that challenge from Bora. He takes it to the ground as well. The pass was nice. The creativity there on the attack for Dignitas.
5-up takes charge. He's got Bora waiting at midfield. Bora, rare scoring opportunity. Couldn't get it on net off the challenge. Only 2 shots out of the 9 that Dignitas have as a team. 5-up off the field for the moment. He'll settle back in and have to address First Killer, but that's going to go over top of everything. Got another boost steal, though. There's only Bora and 5-up with anything in the tank. 5-up getting chased in the net. Bora's going to come out, and he does make the stop.
You saw First Killer, he was all the way back, didn't want to take a risk diving in, especially when 5-up in the midfield has been getting those annoying little touches. You can see the nerves on both sides, Stacks.
5-up and LJ collide at the back, and LJ screened 5-up from getting any boost, but he did manage to get a tank anyways, and he can use that to almost score the game winner. Here comes Evo now, one-on-one with LJ. First Killer in the back. He'll trigger the counterattack now with a pitch down over Bora. LJ going head hunting, took out 5-up. Evo alert to the play.
Yeah, Evo defensively making stop after stop after stop, making great reads on the play. You even remember that 2v1 situation he was in game 1. Seems like Evo, his mind is working at a different speed than everyone else out on the pitch.
Well, it has to be. He has no boost again. He has been denied a lot of boost in this game alone. The 11th, actually rather 10th save coming out now for Dignitas, and then a big booming clear off the backboard, only as far as LJ. And he can play that himself. Didn't have to burn much boost at all. Bora and Kofer. Another exciting battle between young talent and NA. That goes high from First Killer, and no follow-up as they realize Evo had it all lined up. Bora with a full tank. What can the newcomer create? Flip reset around 1. Looking for the game winner, and he's just pushed it wide off of First Killer.
Shopify Rebellion still aren't out of it yet. Panic clear right to Evo.
First Killer's been under a lot of duress, so too has Evo. They've both been excellent defensively for their respective squads. Bora running downfield, stopped by LJ. He's still in there, though. Here goes Evo for the win, and First Killer shut that down as well. That's a dangerous touch from 5-up, and Evo won't get there. LJ scores. We got a series on our hands.
These errant touches from Dignitas, you wondered when they were going to really bite him. Well, right there, Stacks. 5-up, devastating mishit. Goes straight up off the ceiling, and despite Dignitas having some chances, Shopify Rebellion get the win in that one. A very critical, stabilizing game for Rebellion.
Thought the body's just a little too far forward, and you could not afford that mistake at that moment. Sometimes that is all it takes, as LJ gets both goals for Shopify Rebellion. And as mentioned, we got a game on our hands here. This best of 7 now reduced to a best of 5 here as we look back at a lengthy battle between Rebellion and Dignitas. And after that goal from Evo, kicking off the game, you just thought, man, this team is here to light it up. It only held just the 1 goal.
They even had multiple chances in that overtime. They had some good looks. There was a bump. I think 5-Up had actually bumped first killer, and net had opened up a slight gap for Evo to try to go for a flip reset, but Evo didn't pull the trigger on the flip reset fast enough. And so there were some good looks. And I think, you know, for Shopify Rebellion, they might have been looking at this this matchup, looking at the previous results, and look, Dignitas, they went out before even making top 16 last event. Sure, they brought in Bora to replace Aqua, but that can't make them that much better, right? Well, I think this fight was a much bigger fight than Rebellion was expecting.
Yeah, this Dignitas team looks legit. But they are back to a level series with Shopify Rebellion. Some missed opportunities. Evo, by the way, the biggest crime out of that entire game, he didn't get credited with the goal. 5-Up actually had the last touch on that. So Evo goes 7 shots, 0 goals in a lengthy, almost 10-plus minute game number 2. We're back at it now on DFH Stadium to break a 1-all tie. We'll see what Bora can do here from the back.
Ooh, surprising that was missed by Kofer. This is another midfield tap by 5-Up that leads to a scoring opportunity. This time they convert. Surprising that Kofer didn't get a bumper on that ball. I think it even surprised Bora.
Yeah, Bora might have had the double lined up, didn't convert. The whole defense, I think, was banking on Kofer having that touch or just blocking a shot from Bora. They did not have yet another shot coming in from Evo. This time he does score. And it's Dignitas with the early advantage. And now a good win by 5-Up. That sets up Bora, and LJ cuts him off pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think Bora pulling the trigger a little bit too quickly there. Didn't recognize the space. But still, Dignitas opting to play fast. You see Bora actually got clipped. And now this is a chance shaping up for Shopify Rebellion after that demo.
Bora will take over, leave that for Evo. Didn't burn much boost in the air there. Evo, around 1, just pinned to the wall by Kofer, and Bora couldn't get a touch on it. He'll circle around, though, and he can stay in the play. That's going to skip by 5-Up, and Evo will just bring this all the way to the corner. The Kofer's not giving him any quarter at all, so Evo's going to have to put all that boost to good work, and he does so.
Little tip, LJ trying to bite through the contact, but 5-Up had done enough to slow it down. And now 5-Up trying to play it a little bit cheekily there. I think maybe could have just played the touch right away and finds himself demoed, but still, it's a counterattack forward. But it's 1v3 stacks. Oh, off the board. Oh.
They had 2 forward, did Rebellion, only 1 to beat. But they got some help from Old Ironsides as Bora slammed one off the crossbar. He's coming up to make amends for it, but he won't get the opportunity. First killer shut it down. Now it's a lob downfield, forcing 5-Up to his own backboard and forced Dignitas to not make the same mistake they made at the end of overtime.
He's gotten demoed quite a few times as well. So 5-Up needing to clean it up just a bit.
Only Bora at the back here. Everybody else recovering. 5-Up does just enough. Bora pops around LJ, tried to go after Kofer, just couldn't turn in time. And Evo's left that for first killer. Could be dangerous, but 5-Up has it covered on the backboard, and Bora can give chase too. Everybody was starting to bundle up just a little bit, though, for Dignitas. First killer trying to take advantage, and Bora will just roll it away.
Dignitas, Evo doesn't have much boost, gets bumped off the ball. The bounce off the backboard.
First killer.
5-Up again was a low boost. You can see on the counterattack, 5-Up and Evo were both running close to empty.
Bora breakthrough here, no. 5-Up now has to be very careful with that ball. Kofer had it read the whole way out to the corner. First killer stopped by Evo, couldn't center. And 5-Up now from the side. Inside 2 minutes, trying to expand their lead. Bora's on the board.
A great showing from 5 up as well. This flip reset pass was to perfection, allowing Bora to slot that one. Kofor had the slimmest chance of saving that one. An overpowering shot from Bora, and Dignitas taking.
And will Bora expand on that? Not this time. He's still forward. His first killer takes it away. LJ up for the rebound, and he scores. Back within one.
And you can see the work first killer do it. He had so many options there. This goes for a flip reset, tries to power through it. It turns out to be the right call. Gets a rebound opportunity for LJ. It's not pretty, but it's effective.
This kickoff goes cleanly through to LJ, and Bora's all over him. First killer has to rush back and make a save, strafing across the crossbar. Out 5 up, around the boards, has Evo in behind him. So nobody else faster with Bora all the way back, and that's a great defensive stop by Shopify Rebellion as they continue to battle their way back into Game 3, a game that was starting to get away from them a little bit, James, and still could if Evo can convert again, and he does.
Dignitas punishing the fact that Kofor was so far back on this play. There was no midfield support for first killer. Kofor gets pushed even further back when he sees 5 up have control in the air, and then the devastating bump on the goal line on Kofor, taking out that last line of defense. That was surgical from Dignitas.
Coming up on the final 60. First killer. Try to feather one in. Evo stops him. And Kofor came up and realized he was beat by a mile. They'll have to reset. LJ had the midfield boost spawn for him. First killer wins that cleanly through. Only one to beat. Got the kick out. Kofor back within one again. They will not go away.
Shopify Rebellion, there's no give up in them. The demo, the pass it on Evo zero boost. We've seen that quite a few times. Dignitas on plays caught with low boost. They've been able to make it work so far, but on that play, Evo too far out of position. And an excellent job from Rebellion breaking down that defense.
Bora with a great win in the air over first killer. 5 up now. Got the contact in the air, but LJ 2 saves in a row. And that keeps Shopify Rebellion alive here. Coming up on 30 seconds. Another demo as Bora is taken out. LJ from the slot. No. First killer doesn't have a lot in the tank, but he'll still throw it forward. And Bora there to send it out to the side.
Kofor went for boost over ball there. Let Evo hit this one out. Decides to get boosted up. Will it be the right call?
First killer in the back. He'll be called on, as you would expect, when Shopify Rebellion needs a clutch goal. First killer runs through. 5 up can just let this come to ground. Bora actually will play it out at LJ and Kofor, but this will touch down, and Dignitas back in front in the series.
Wow. And you're almost expecting a timeout at this point. This is so unexpected from Rebellion. I mean, this easily, Stacks, could have been 3-0 in favor of Dignitas. It was just that one mistouch from the 5 up at midfield, which he more than made up for this game. The passing from 5 up was from a different universe this game. So good. The flip reset pass to Bora could not have been more perfect.
Bora gets his 10th goal of the weekend. It proved to be a big one. You see it right there off the feed from 5 up. All part of the Dignitas attack that goes off 3 times and holds off Shopify Rebellion, and Rebellion will indeed use their timeout here. We look back at how Evo provided what was eventually the game winner for Dignitas. Rebellion had their opportunities though, James. I mean, we've talked about it game after game. Outside of game 1, game 1, I think they only had 3 shots as a team, and you go, well, okay, this is still kind of hanging over from their woes against NRG. Then they woke up. Now you got to find the back of the net. You're getting the opportunities, you have to convert on those.
Oh, certainly, and you wouldn't have thought that coming into this game. You thought Rebellion would have won one rough shot over Dignitas, but no, I think to me, Stacks, the biggest thing that sticks out is how deep Kofor is playing. He's opting a lot of times to play it safe. What he thinks is safe, going for boost. instead of picking up the pace of play and going for the 50s, trying to keep the ball in Dignitas' half, and giving Dignitas that space has not been working out. You're seeing 5-Up fill that midfield space beautifully, making it so difficult for Shopify Rebellion to make the right read on it, and it's converted directly into multiple goals for Dignitas.
You wonder if maybe they think they could have kind of a read on how Dignitas is going to play out of the defensive zone and maybe shade that way a little quicker as the series goes on. It'll be very interesting to see how Rebellion looks coming out of their timeout here. It comes very early on in this series, down 2-1, going into Game 4 at Utopia Coliseum. Dignitas has looked like a team that is ready to silence any of the doubters, myself included. Listen, I haven't believed in them at any point this weekend. They're making a believer out of me. Evo has been outstanding. Here we go again, though, at Utopia.
Well, you know, based on the first open stacks, and looking at the prediction, I thought they were out of their minds. I didn't think Dignitas had much of a shot. And look at this. They're proving everyone wrong.
Trying to play their way into the top four as Koper slams that ball away. 5-Up, indirect for himself. No further pressure out of Rebellion. There's first killer. Only Bora to beat. Sailed it high, and everybody scrambling back. LJ had his shot blocked. Now 5-Up, back the other way. Flip over first killer. Bora, no! Koper just getting there to deny Bora.
Keep going in, flipping 5-Up. Flip resets left and right. And they've been effective as well. He's not just throwing them out there willy-nilly, he's using them effectively, Stacks.
Dignitas with a more conservative approach here in the first minute plus of Game 4. Bora had a chance to dive in a couple of times already and has instead peeled off. Koper now going right down the middle, first killer in behind him, and looked like he was content maybe to just have that 50 go neutral and that first killer pick it up. Now LJ with 5-Up waiting at that midfield boost to make sure LJ can't take it. Bora, Evo waiting for his turn.